Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of air exploration, and in this video we're going to be exploring places in Philadelphia. So to begin this video off, we just arrived at Philadelphia as we're now going to be exploring the city of Pennsylvania as we're going to be walking around before we head to New York. Day 1, we're going to New York. So right now, as you see, we are now driving and we are now in New York. Real quick for recall information, we went from Pennsylvania all the way to New York, which is about a 3-hour drive. And as you can see, we have a lot of nice scenery of New York, of the city itself. And if you look really closely, there's a green glimpse, if you can see, which is the Statue of Liberty, which is one of the places that we're going to be going on later on in this video. Remember how I said that there was a glimpse of the Statue of Liberty? Well, if you didn't see it earlier, now you can. Because right here as we are driving in the city, we finally got a clear shot of the Statue of Liberty.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So after a few hours of driving to and driving in New York, we found a parking spot where we can be parking our car for most of the time and days that we spent in New York. But moving on, we're now heading over to the Statue of Liberty to explore it. So, as we're heading over to the Statue of Liberty, we also had some very helpful advisors around to help us and guide us on how we want to go to the Statue of Liberty. So, as the advisors give us a little bit more information about how we want to get to the Statue of Liberty, they also had a lot of performance outside and they were really fascinating and astounding. So, once we got it situated out of the way, we are now heading over to the boat so that we can go for the check-in, security check-in, as we are now going to be going to officially see the Statue of Liberty.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we found a spot to sit on the boat, which was on the very top, and let me just say it was super cold. But we did get a very nice scenery of the Statue of Liberty, which is something that we're gonna be heading over to right now. So we just got off the boat and we're now on the island also known as the first island of the Green Statue of Liberty. And let's just say that we got an awesome moment taking picture with this breathtaking view of the Statue of Liberty. After we got wonderful pictures with the Statue of Liberty in front, we're now going to be heading to the top. Or should I specifically say around the middle, because they have some restriction to go all the way to the top, which you either have to pay or have reservation for a VIP. So after a while of checking out some other island that they had, we're now heading back so that we can go walk to our hotel, pack up everything before we go to somewhere else, which is going to be at night on a subway train. So the hotel that we're going to be staying for tonight is the DoubleTree. So let's head on there. So before we head to check out more places, we decide to refresh ourselves with some Starbucks and go eat at a restaurant to refresh ourselves and get ready to move on to explore some more stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So once we finish eating, we're now heading down to the subway train. So after a few stops that were very bumpy and very fast, we finally got to our destination and we're now gonna be heading up to go check out all the bright lights and places that they had at night. So my first impression as we got out is just wow. It's very bright and very vibrant at night, and we also got a chance to check out a lot of very cool places, and we had a very wonderful time at night. And also we saw a lot of cool stuff like this, which is used for every new year. And I think that's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick, as we're heading back to our hotel, this is also known for the Twin Tower, and we're gonna be checking out more of this place tomorrow on the next day. Day 2. Alright, so we're back and we're not gonna be heading over to eat breakfast, but as we're moving on to eat breakfast, which is gonna be at McDonald's, we're also gonna be checking out a lot of these cool other places that they had nearby, like this cool buffalo statue, this very nice scenery of the city, and we also saw a lot of other statues which were really cool as we took a video and picture of. So once we finish eating, just like I said earlier in this video, we're gonna be checking out this Twin Tower and Memorial Moment. So right here, we're in front of the World Trade Center. So we're at the Twin Tower with the tower that got destroyed on the 9/11, and also we have a lot of names that were to represent of all those people who died during the attack. So very interesting that they were able to list all the names, but also a very historical moment in New York. After exploring the Twin Tower, we're now heading over to the next place, which is going to be at the Brooklyn Bridge.
Ladies and gentlemen.
this is also the last place that we're gonna be heading in New York. So once we finish exploring the Brooklyn Bridge, which was a really cool experience getting to see on top of all the other cars, we're now heading back to the parking where we park our car as we're heading back to Philadelphia of Pennsylvania City. So after a few hours driving back to Pennsylvania, we're gonna make a quick stop to explore the Chinatown of Philadelphia. So we're now at the Chinatown and we're now gonna start exploring the place.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so we're now back on the road and we're now gonna be heading to our next location.
Don't.
So the next place that we're gonna be going to is a trail park and a Philadelphia museum.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So after a while of checking around the museum and the park, we're now heading over to the last two place, which is a restaurant also known with my aunt, also known as the TJ's Pizza, which is a very good restaurant. And finally, after we finish visiting that place, we also went to visit this temple. Alright, it's day 3 and we're moving on to the next day. So for the next day, in the morning we're gonna be go eat at a Asian restaurant. And after a while of eating and checking around that place, the main place that we're gonna be going today is to check out and explore the Liberty Bell.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we're now at the Liberty Bell location, and before we check out the Liberty Bell itself, they also have a lot of historical facts and a lot of location and objects from history. So let's check that out first before we move on to check out the Liberty Bell. So after checking that artifacts, we're now here to check out and look at the Liberty Bell, and it is really big with a big crack in the middle. So it was a great experience to see the Liberty Bell for ourselves. Really nice too, in fact. So that was it for this day, and we're gonna move on to the next day. Day 4. So on day 4, we're gonna be checking out another temple. So let's go ahead and check it out. Also, as we were exploring the place, we also heard a lot of mysterious sound. So when we turned around, we saw a peacock running. But as we turned around to explore more, it was not only just one peacock, but there was variety of peacock at the corner of the temple. But otherwise, it was a very nice time at the temple. Moving on to day 5, which is also the last day that we're going to be staying in Philadelphia before going back. So for today, we're going to be driving from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania all the way to Washington DC. So the very first place that we're going to be heading over to watch and explore is the Washington Monument.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So, after a few hours of driving on the highway or freeway, we are now in Washington, D.C. as we're now going to be exploring the Washington Monument as we're heading over there right now. So, after a while of driving around the Washington, D.C. city, we're now arriving at the Washington Monument as we're now going to be heading out of the car to explore and take picture of it from a far distance. We decided to look around from the further distance because it was really crowded in front of the monument, but otherwise we had a really nice view of the monument itself. So, as I said, the Washington Monument is breathtaking to look at, but also, once we took a few pictures of the monument, we also saw a White House. So, once we took a few pictures, we're now going to be moving on to go check on the White House too. So as we turn in over here, there's a lot of people crowding over and they have a fence, but if you look through, you can see the White House at a further distance. So, and right over here we have a board that talks about the White House. So right here I am zooming in from the fence, and right here we have a clear video of the White House being recorded. And also, a funny thing I saw as we're heading out is this Donald Trump cosplay. So I thought that was really funny to see. But now we're moving on to the next place. So right here is the building known as the US Capitol. And for if you don't know what this is, on a $50 bill on the back side, they also have this building on it. So we're not going to be checking out this place. Alright, so right now we're backing up, and here is a further distance of a full view of this building of the US Capitol. So, once we finish checking out the US Capitol, we're now going to be checking on to the next place, which is known as the United States Botanic Garden. So in here, they have a lot of varied environment of plant and species. So, the first one that we saw was a tropical rainforest. It was very warm and humid, and we saw a lot of our plants. But we also saw different other environments and biomes that they had. Like, they also had a desert filled with cactus. But now, let's check the rest of it out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So this is it for our video of our Philadelphia trip, checking all the other places that was really amazing and fascinating to explore. So thank you for watching this video of us exploring places in Philadelphia, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.